Welcome to part 8 of the Number Theory and Computation series. And in this one, we'll be looking at properties of operations. Okay, so the first property that we look at is the commutative property. And an operation is commutative when the order of the numbers do not matter. For example, let's say we have 5 plus 2 and 2 plus 5. The answer for both of these is 7, right? And if we have, let's say, 5 multiplied by 2 and 2 multiplied by 5, well, the answer for these is 10. So the order in which we write each number does not matter. Now, let's say we have 10 divided by 2. This is equal to 5. But 2 divided by 10 does not equal 5. Likewise, if we have 10 minus 2, this equals 8. But 2 minus 10 does not equal 8. In fact, the answer would be negative 8. And so from this, what we can learn or what we gather is that only addition and multiplication are commutative. We see from the examples above that when we're adding throughout, the order of the terms do not matter. Similarly, for when we're multiplying, the order doesn't matter. However, division and subtraction is not commutative because the answer does depend on the order in which you write the numbers. The second property that we look at is the associative property. An operation is associative when brackets can be disregarded. For example, let's say we have in bracket, open bracket, 2 plus 3, close bracket, plus 4, and 2 plus open bracket, 3 plus 4, close bracket. We see that the numbers are the same. The only thing is that we bracketed the terms differently. If you look at the top, then following the BOMDAS rule, we do brackets first. So we do 2 plus 3, which is 5, and 5 plus 4 is 9. Looking at the bottom one, we do the brackets first. So 3 plus 4 is 7, and 2 plus 7 is 9. So we see that for both questions, the answer works out to be 9, regardless of where we put the brackets. Second example, open bracket, 2 multiplied by 3, close bracket, multiplied by 4, and 2 multiplied by, open bracket, 3 multiplied by 4, close bracket. In the top part, we do the brackets first. So 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, and 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. Now for the bottom, doing the brackets first, we get 3 multiplied by 4, which is 12, and 2 multiplied by 12 is 24. And so regardless of where we place the bracket, we got 24 as our answer. And so what we get from these two examples, and feel free to test this out with more numbers if you aren't satisfied, is that addition and multiplication are associative. And I feel like this should be no surprise at all, given that we just showed a few moments ago that addition and multiplication are commutative. So it doesn't really matter which order we add or multiply different terms in, it will always be the same. That being said, let's look at how division and subtraction work under associativity. So for example, we have open bracket, 10 divided by 2, close bracket, divided by 5, and 10 divided by, open bracket, 2 divided by 5, close bracket. So brackets first, 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 5 divided by 5 is 1. Now for the next part, let's do 2 divided by 5 first, since it's in brackets. 2 divided by 5, when we work this out, we get 0.4. Now we have 10 divided by 0.4, and well, we know this isn't equal to 1, and that's all that really matters. So we see that when we switch the order of the brackets when dividing, the answers aren't always equal. Next example, open bracket, 10 minus 2, close bracket, minus 5, and 10 minus, open brackets, 2 minus 5, close bracket. So for the first part, we do inside the brackets first. 10 minus 2 is 8, and 8 minus 5 is 3. Second part, we do 2 minus 5 first, which is negative 3. And so 10 minus 3 from our last lecture, we determined that if the signs are the same, we add. So this becomes 10 plus 3. So our answer is 13, which is clearly not equal to 3. And this signifies that division and subtraction are not associative. And again, this is something we could have determined from the commutative property when we showed that the order of subtracting and dividing is indeed important. Now, the last property that we look at for this video is the distributive property or the distributive law. And an operation is distributive over another operation when it can be applied separately to each number in the second operation. So let's look at some examples to demonstrate how this is done. Example 1. 2 multiplied by, open brackets, 3 plus 4, close brackets. So what we have to do is distribute this 2 multiplied to each of the terms in the bracket. So we distribute the 2 to 3. And since these terms in the brackets, 3 and 4, are separated by a plus sign, then we have to put back this plus sign to separate them again. And we distribute the 2 to the 4. So essentially we distribute whatever is being multiplied outside the bracket, in this case 2, to whatever is inside the brackets. So 2 multiplied by 3 plus, since that's a second operation, separating the terms in the bracket, and 2 multiplied by 4. When we work this out, we get 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, plus 2 multiplied by 4, which is 8, and 6 plus 8 is 14. And we can also check if this answer is correct by just doing what we'd normally do when we'd answer questions like that. And it will be applying the bomb dash rule. So we do the brackets first, 3 plus 4, which is 7, and 2 multiplied by 7 is 14. So we got the same answer. Next example, open brackets, 7 plus 2, close brackets, multiplied by 3. In this one, the number 3 is going to be distributed to each number in the bracket. So it's 7 multiplied by 3, and we retain the plus sign between the numbers, and 2 multiplied by 3. When we work this out, we get 7 multiplied by 3, 21, plus 2 multiplied by 3, 6. And so 21 plus 6 is 27. Again, we could do this a normal way by working out what's in the brackets first. 7 plus 2, 9. And 9 multiplied by 3 is 27. Third example. 2 multiplied by, open brackets, 4 minus 3, close brackets. We distribute the 2 to the 4. So 2 multiplied by 4. And next we distribute the 2 to the 3. But remember that we have to preserve the sign between the numbers. And this is a negative sign. So we place this negative sign between them until we have 2 multiplied by 3. Okay. This is 8 minus 6, which is 2 when we work it out. And we can also check our answer. Brackets first. 4 minus 3 is 1. And 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. So it's correct. Fourth example. Open brackets, 10 minus 5, close brackets, multiplied by 2. Again, the number 2 is going to be distributed to the numbers inside the bracket. So 2 is distributed to 10. 10 multiplied by 2. and 2 is distributed to 5, 5 multiplied by 2. But we have to preserve the sign between both numbers, and this sign is negative, so we put back the negative sign. And we work this out, we get 20 minus 10, which is 10. And again, we can check to see if this answer is right, and we see that we also get 10. So the general rule is that multiplication is distributive over addition and subtraction only. And that is the rule for the distributive law or the distributive property in general. And now the last thing I wanted to point out is that given that we can distribute over numbers as shown above, we can also work in the reverse, okay? And technically this isn't as important for this lesson, so you can just like skip ahead to the end of this video, but I just wanted to point it out just in case you were curious. So if you look back at the first example that we did, and let's call it the distributive form or the distributed form, which was 2 multiplied by 3 in brackets plus open brackets, 2 multiplied by 4 close brackets. So to spot the number that was distributed, we just have to look at each term and see what's common among them. At 2, right? It's being multiplied by or 3 and or 4 in each of the terms in the brackets. So we take out or factor out the 2, and that is being multiplied by open brackets 3 plus, remember we have to preserve the sign, 4 close brackets. And we're back to our original form. Okay, last example. Open brackets 2 multiplied by 4 close brackets minus open brackets 2 multiplied by 3 close brackets. We find the number was being distributed by looking at each term and finding the number that's common among them. So in this case, it's 2. So we can take out this 2 or we factor out this 2. And this is being multiplied by, in brackets, 4 and 3. And remember to preserve the sign between each term. And in this case, it's negative. So it's 4 minus 3. And this is the end of the video. So be sure to like and subscribe if you liked it, as well as share with your friends who might also enjoy this content. Feel free to email us over at our website that's linked in the description below if you have any questions. And I'll see you in the next one.